Did you know that companies with written plans grow 30% faster? That is a huge difference for businesses that do not plan. Today's episode is entitled Your Secret Weapon to Accelerate the Growth of Your Small Business. Welcome back to another episode of the Operations Toolbox. The Operations Toolbox is a podcast dedicated to helping solopreneurs just like you implement structure, systems, and strategy to accelerate the growth of your small business. My name is Sonia D, and I am your host. So let's talk about this. I mean, like 30% just because I plan, and the average amount of time you want to spend per week or per month in planning is 10% of the hours that you work. Well, I think that that's a great return on investment. But let's talk a little bit about why. Why does it really make a difference for you to plan? Using planning in your business is like adding gasoline to a fire. Planning answers those vital questions of who, what, when, why, and how, and probably many more that I haven't even listed here. But think about it, right? When you actually create a plan that has all of the elements needed, it is going to answer those questions. Who is going to do what? Now, if you're a solopreneur, you may think like, well, I don't need to know who. But as you continue to grow, you may start bringing on contractors that are for project based or your team. Then the who becomes essential. What exactly am I going to do? It answers that question as well. What do we need to do? What exactly do I need to do in order to achieve the things that I'm trying to achieve? When do I need to do it? Why do I need to do it? How do I need to do it? All of these questions are answered in your plan. This is why you have to be really careful with who you listen to, because I hear a lot of people on the internet that talk about you do not need a business plan. Now, here's the deal. There's always going to be a certain percentage of people that have been able to accomplish things without following a certain structure. That is true. However, I've noticed that some of these same people that say that you don't need a business plan are trying to sell you a marketing plan, which is a subset of your business plan. I want you to really think about that. And I want you to think about how long it took them to figure some things out, whereas they had done the research that needed to be done in order to put together a really solid business plan. They may have gotten to where it is that they got to quicker. When I first started my business in 2016, I did not have a business plan. I jumped in like most people, and I just started trying to figure things out. A couple of years later, I developed a business plan, but it was a one-page canvas. So when I say business plan, it does not have to be 50, 60 pages long. Those are great if you are going for funding. They like to see a little bit more detail, but I have a one-page canvas and it highlights the essential components of my business. And what it did was it allowed me and also forced me to sit down and answer some questions that I did not have answers to. I had to research. I had to dig deep and start to understand what it really was that I was trying to accomplish, who it really was that I was trying to serve, and how I was going to go about serving them, where they were in the market. All of these things. It even asked me questions about my pricing strategy and all of these things that, again, a lot of times we really don't think about. We kind of throw spaghetti at the wall and we pick up things from this person on this podcast or this person on this social media platform and try to pull it together. Whereas if we dig deep and do a lot of these things up front, then we can hit the ground running and we can get to where it is that we want to go quicker. One of the things that I've learned through this process is the quicker I learn and implement, the faster I earn. So the faster I am able to learn something, implement it, test it, the faster I am able to earn. Because what I'm doing is I'm testing and I'm applying. and I'm adjusting. So having a business plan has allowed me, like I said, to dig deep, and I have a one-page canvas. But I want to talk today about planning in general. And when we are talking about planning in general, it is a part of operations, which is my sweet spot and what I do and I've done for some time. When I work with any of my clients in the 90-day ops experience, we're walking through 5 pillars of operational excellence. They are productivity, planning, processes, people, and profits. Planning is the second pillar, and that is what I want to talk to you about today. And this is something that I really want to impress upon you how important it is. This is something that I use in corporate and I learned from corporate, and I have adjusted it and applied it in my business and with solopreneurs that I work with on a regular basis. I have seen firsthand the benefits of planning, and I understand why businesses grow 30% faster. Also understand why businesses invest millions of dollars every single year to hire consultants to come on staff and walk them through the planning process. Because when you walk through it and you implement it, the way I said, you get to the earnings faster. So let's talk about it, specifically about planning again. I want to break down planning into 3 main groups. When I am doing planning, there are 4 or 5 that we talk about, but I am going to limit it to 3 so that we can really get to the meat of what it is that I want to talk about. All 3 must be implemented in order for your planning to work. Can you implement part of it and still reap some of the benefits? Yes. But if you want to be one of the people, one of the companies, one of the businesses that accelerate the growth of your small business, you need to integrate all 3. And I'm going to walk you through each of them and share with you the role they play in helping you to accelerate the growth of your business. The first one is the cornerstone. This is foundational. This is the one that so many of us skip over because we think that it is for large organizations and large businesses. And I am just a solopreneur and I don't need it. But it is here that you will define your where, your how, and your belief system for obtaining what you want. This is where you define and outline your purpose. The first thing is the vision. Where is it that you're trying to go? So many times we're in business and we have this kind of idea in our head. I want to start a business. I want to do this, but we don't have a clear vision of where it is that we want to go. I talk about this in another episode when I'm talking about preparing for the hire. You have to know your vision and you have to have it so clear that you could explain it to someone else and they could visually see where it is that you want to go. That's how clear you want to have your vision. So where do you want to go? And it does not have to be 10 years from now. You could do a 3 to 5 year, which is what I recommend, 3 to 5 years. Where do I want to be in the next 3 to 5 years? How do I want my business to look in the next 3 to 5 years? Even write out your org chart. Are you looking to hire? Is it just going to be you? What is it that you want? What is your vision? So that's the first part of this foundational piece, this cornerstone. The second piece is your mission. So this is your purpose, right? This is where you decide, this is my why. And not only is my why, but this is how I'm going to accomplish my why, how I'm going to put it out there in the world. You probably already have a good idea of your mission. You just want to tighten it up and make sure, again, it is so clear that you can explain it to someone and they totally get it. That's how clear you want to get with these things. And then the last piece of this, which is another one that is often overlooked, is the core values. This is your belief system, and this dictates how you are going to go about accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish. It's also going to help you in your hiring decisions. It's going to help you with who you decide to collaborate with. This right here is something that you don't want to miss out on. Your core values. It is so easy to partner with the wrong people when you don't keep your core values in mind. It is so easy to hire the wrong person when you don't consider your core values. So these three things, they make up your cornerstone, your vision, your mission, and your core values. That's number one. Understanding the cornerstone allows you to set the direction and helps you to stay in your lane. My vision is not your vision. It is so easy for us to look over to the side and see what somebody else is doing, but they are functioning according to their purpose and in the direction that they are meant to go. We have our own. The second one, which is equally as important, is clarity. Now, if you think we got clear when it came to cornerstone, we are really getting ready to get clear now. In the clarity phase, this is where you're going to go deep. You're going to dive deep. But now we are really going to look at ourselves, our business, our competition, and we are going to break down that vision into goals, into yearly goals that we are going to accomplish. So our yearly goals are really our milestones that keep us on track, on our way to accomplishing our vision. The first part of this is what I like to refer to as the becoming exercise. So you want to ask yourself a couple of questions. You know what your vision is. You know the vision that you desire. What version of yourself do you need to become in order to accomplish that? 9 times out of 10, if your vision is big enough, you are not who you need to be at this stage in the game in order to realize that. That's 3 to 5 years away. And the second part to that is, what do you need to do in order to have the vision you desire? Now, one example that is frequently used, because a lot of us have to deal with this, is losing weight. So I may have a vision for myself that is someone that is extremely fit, in good condition, healthy, and 20, 30 pounds lighter. What version of myself do I need to become in order to make that happen? I definitely need to be someone that values health and feel that it is a priority. I need to be someone that is disciplined. I need to be someone that is willing to do the tough things on the days that I don't want to. And then specifically, what do you need to do in order to have the vision? So I need to eat better. I need to exercise. I need to go to the doctor, whatever those things are, but you're going to dig deep. If we go through and we apply it to business, it works the same way, right? If I have a vision to serve 1,000 people and to help them achieve XYZ, who do I need to become in order to make that happen? I may need to become a better communicator. I may need to become a better leader, because it's going to require a team in order to accomplish that vision. And then what are the specific things I need to do? Maybe I need to take leadership courses. Maybe I need to hire someone to help me hire. Maybe I need to take communication courses. Whatever that looks like, you want to go through and ask yourself those questions. What version of myself do I need to become? Meaning, who do I need to become? And I always use version because we're the same person. We're just growing. So what person do I need to grow into in order to realize my vision? And specifically, what do I need to do? The next part of the clarity section is a SWOT analysis. Now, you may have heard of this because it is used often in business, and it stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat analysis. And it's also used in personal development. For us as solopreneurs, it's kind of a twofer. So because we are the main ones in our business, even if you have a virtual assistant, you're the main one in your business. A lot of times when you answer the questions, it's going to be about you. When I am writing down what my strengths are, they're my strengths. I'm the lead consultant. I'm the only consultant in my business. So they are my strengths. Same thing with your weaknesses. What are the things that you are not so good at? Because these are the areas that you need to focus on protecting yourself. The O in SWOT is for opportunities. What opportunities can I take advantage of? What opportunities can I leverage? So many times we don't think about what we actually have. This could be a network. You could have contacts that you really can take advantage of and leverage to help you achieve some of the things that you want to achieve. Threats. What are some of the things externally that could stop you from achieving your goal? COVID was something that hit a lot of us, and that was something external. We didn't have a lot of control over, especially people that had brick and mortar built buildings. And when everything shut down. Laws are changing every single day. Could they present a threat to your business? You want to go through and do a SWOT analysis and go through each area: strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. And when you're doing this, you want to look at yourself. You want to look at your business because it is going to help you to understand some areas where you are able to differentiate yourself within the market. And you're going to look at your competitors and think about how do you measure up and answer the questions. And then the last section is goals and initiatives. So these goals are yearly goals, and they are basically milestones on your way to achieving your vision. So identifying what you want to achieve and the initiatives or the strategies you will use to accomplish your goals. These things are going to keep you focused. These things are going to expose the areas that you need to know so that you could either protect yourself from some of your weaknesses, leverage your opportunities, differentiate yourself based off some of your strengths, and put plans in place to mitigate some of the risks for threats. The third area is compass and construct. Now, this is where we're basically going to pick up our GPS or our navigation tool, and we're going to enter the coordinates and we're going to follow the plan. So that's what we do with our GPS. We pick up the GPS, we put in the address. It tells us where it is that we want to go. It allows us to say, do you want to pay tolls? Do you want the fastest route? Do you want XYZ? And then it plots out a path to help us to get from where we are to where it is that we want to go. Not only that, it alerts us when we need to reroute or when we need to make adjustments. If there's an accident on the highway, it'll tell you. There's an accident, but this is still the quickest route. Or there's an accident and you are going to be delayed 20 minutes. Here's an alternative route. That's what our plan does. Once you put all of this together, that's what your plan does, because you are also implementing your metrics and your KPIs. And week by week, you're looking at it and it's saying on route, on route, on route. Rerouting, you are being delayed. And that is how we accelerate the growth. When we implement all of this, we get so clear that we're not looking at other people and what they're doing, because we have developed our own lane based on our opportunities or our strengths, based on where it is that we want to go, based on our purpose. And we are following the plan. And we are making adjustments and rerouting as needed. We're not waiting to the end of the year to see that we didn't achieve what it is that we're set to achieve. We are making adjustments along the way, which means that we are learning along the way. And the quicker we learn and implement, the quicker we earn. This is why planning is so essential to your business, especially if you are a solopreneur. You just don't have the luxury of time. You don't have the resources that some of the larger organizations have. You want to be as lean and efficient as possible, and planning is going to help you get there. This is your secret weapon. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Operations Toolbox. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review and also drop your comments. Thanks again. Have a great day.